YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? So, in today's video, I'd like to talk about Sound AI because I know it's the hot topic of what's going on. It made a very big move. It's one of my, actually, it is the biggest move on Friday in percentage change. Why? 15.46 volume. Whoo! Look at that volume. This is tester type volume. All right, so let me go over sound real fast. I literally just drew up this chart. Very simple, very easy. My support and resistance, the way I draw them, is very good. So for sound, I wanted to get into sound, but I had this support drawn a long time ago. I had this support drawn a long time ago. I've been waiting for it to come down to it. Unfortunately, it didn't. It came somewhat close to it, but it did not come down to my support, and then it just took off. So let's talk about if you guys are too late, should you short it, blah blah blah. Right? I wouldn't short it personally. Look at this volume. These buyers are not playing. Okay, so trying to short this, I try to call the top, they will blow you out the water. All right, so let's talk about the resistance. Right now, these lines that you see are not typically how I draw my support and resistance, right? I made a video on how I draw my support and resistance, right? But I will say that sound is interesting. Yeah, I've never seen. It's very like the support and resistance is just very odd. It's just I don't see it very often like this. So I just drew them out. So I switched a Heikin candle, and in my videos I made how to find support and resistance. Okay, so even though we are getting rejection right here already, I never looked over here and drew it from over here, from the right, like where it is right now, kind of sort of getting rejected, right? I didn't draw it from there. I literally went left and I looked to see where I would draw my resistance and supports, right? So our resistance is right here. That's one. I put this red different color from these because these are somewhat weak support, weak resistance levels, but this one right here is significant because after this right here was rejected, we went all the way down. So this one right here, this rejection zone right here at 632, that's a significant resistance, meaning that you're going to have to put up a fight right here. The others are not bad, but they're not, to me, they're not very strong resistance. They're resistance, of course, but um, they're not strong resistance. They can be broken pretty easily. This red one at 632, once that's crushed, yeah, looking good. All right, so what I love about sound is this right here. So once we crush $6.49, yeah, I would say $6.49, maybe a little bit higher. This resistance right here at 660, but no, that's not that significant, but just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Because yeah, nothing too crazy. I wouldn't worry about that one. These are the rejection I'm looking for. This one spiked up, a lot of rejection here, right? So once we clear 660 to 650, there is no resistance up till at least $8 and change, right? And after that, it becomes a little tricky where there's a lot of micro rejection up here. I don't see this very often in a lot of stocks, but with sound, I've noticed that like this right, these are not major resistance. For example, this would be my major resistance, right? But these are higher lows. But there's so many of them that I'm like, above $8.42, you're definitely going to come into a little bit more of a fight, right? And then you have a resistance right here, and then you have another all-time high right here, right? All right, so right now, again, I know we're getting rejection here, but I'm telling you, I never looked here before I drew the resistance line. I just went to the left and I looked to see where I would have seen rejections. And guess what? Come over to the right now, and then look, we're getting a little rejection right here. but the volume is there. So I think that this is definitely going to break. But once we're above 650 to 660, there's nothing stopping this stock. I have no other rejection, none. So it'd be like sailing through all the way up. Um, Obviously, they might not make it that simple, but when you have something like this, a clean candle like this, where there's no rejection, well, straight down can go straight up, unless something else happens, right? So I'll definitely look for some kind of entrance up here, seeing that I missed the original, right? Now, let's go over a couple rejection that I know will happen via just market structure, right? So on the forward time frame, we're in an uptrend, obviously. So now I'm going to be using this indicator right here, right? Sorry to talk about, the resistance that's coming up. So, but it is, I know other rejections going to come up. So, for example, if tomorrow comes and we have a super gapped up over above here or something like that, if the market keep pushing up, like let's say 720-ish, then the rejection is going to come. Pullbacks, I should say. Just pullback, because it'd be too fast, going up too fast. But you're going to definitely have some rejection here. Now let's go and see the 1 day. So, so here's the funny thing on the 1 day. On the 1 day time frame, sound can go crazy. Sound can go absolutely nuts. Go all the way back to all-time high like it's nothing. It really can. There's not many rejection, right? These are rejection, but they're not super strong rejections, right? Let's go to the 1 week. The 1 week, same thing. Same thing. But sound is in a very interesting situation, right? Now, you guys might not understand this indicator I'm using, right? But what sound needs to do is sound needs to actually slow down a little bit. Now that sounds crazy, but when a stock pushes too fast, too quick, it comes down just as fast, right? A nice stock goes up, down, up, down, up, down. But when a stock does presses up, 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 then the drop's going to be just as bad, just like it did right here. So sound, let's say this is 1 week. We're on a weekly, right? So we'll go over to this week. If sound keeps pushing, we're still going to come under rejection at some point if it pushes too fast. It has to do it very slowly. If you do it too fast, then you just going to come down right back down and don't matter. And the monthly, same thing, right? Same thing. It needs more time. Like, I'm talking even 2025. Like, it needs to literally trade sideways / coming down a little bit so that the room above, you have a lot of room above, right? So that's what I'm looking at with sound. So right now, I will definitely take a position in sound, but I'm going to buy the stock, not the I'm not going to buy an option. I'm going to buy a stock to be on the safer side. Let's see. So I'm going to take the measurement tool and I'm going to see from about here to about that high. That's a 32% type situation. So yeah, 32%. It could be up there in 2 days. In 2 days, it could be up here, right? So with sound, I'll definitely take a position above 650 with a very tight stop loss. So break retest, something like that. And yeah, I will definitely take a position in sound. I don't see why not. It looks nice. I like it. But yeah, so that would be my TA for sound AI.